Our move to France came earlier than anticipated when this little house in the Limousin stole our hearts. We'd love you to continue to follow us, Joe and Steve Harris, and our two rather naughty dogs, Morse and Bright, on our incredible adventure to renovate our new home and attempt to integrate into French society. Bon courage! After the last vlog, I realised I hadn't shown you the finished product of the painted wardrobes. I did end up painting the second one as well, showing it off here in situ in a rather artistic black and white. Then, following on from the log store build, as you can see, we did eventually get our delivery of wood. Steve likes to stack things in a very particular way, so I was happy to leave him to it. We ordered 4 steer of logs, and this was only half of it, so I hope they all fit in when we get the remainder. I'm not sure when that will be, as we are getting through them very quickly now that the weather has turned. I then had to add a bit of frou-frou, of course, with some rustic hanging bells. They jingle softly in the breeze. Then it was on to the workshop build. You've been doing?
I am. After you. Après-vous.
Après-moi. Ooh, wow. That's amazing. That looks great.
Storage.
Fabulous. So, somebody asked on the vlog, what's the other side of the barn? This is the other side of the barn.
So through there, through this door here, is the workshop.
Yeah.
All along there. And this is a mezzanine floor where the golf is played.
No, that's brilliant. That's fantastic. And
I've even made a little cubby hole here.
Oh, well, we had a long discussion yesterday about how many shelves there needed to be and that sort of thing. And, oh yeah, that's perfect. Oh gosh, can't see.
It's going to be a bit dark.
But if I go around here, as if the GoPro keeps going, you can see this is the other side of the barn.
It's a bit of a mess.
Which is a bit of a mess, but still looks like a workshop. So you can see it's actually double width, the barn. And Steve has miraculously and very quickly, as always, put this shelving up. So all this stuff here has got to go on those shelves, but we want it so that we can find everything and reach everything, because it always happens, it always transpires that you want something and what is it?
It's at the back.
It's buried at the back. So it's very annoying. But yeah, it's just one of those things. You can't, you know. But so this is fantastic. The utilisation of this space is really, really good. So I did do a bit of vlogging yesterday, but the GoPro didn't work. So it was showing you before. But this looks great. Really, really good. So it's a really big storage space, which we need for, you know, all this stuff. You just cannot believe how many things appear in the house and things that we need, like those acro props. I mean, you know, we're not going to use them for a while, but we will inevitably have to use them again. So the ceiling's all
old,
very old, and in fact this beam the other day cracked, and so Steve's put the support on it, but you can see these bits in between are all, well, this one particularly is broken, and all this stuff, I'm not going to touch it because it'll come down on me.
That was the construction in the house.
It's all what we got rid of out of the roof. It's old insulation and flooring, so, but it's just what we would say a bit of muck. But it looks really good. Fantastic. And is that light going to stay there?
It's just taped up there at the moment.
Right, it's brilliant though.
It can do.
Yeah, no, it makes it look beautiful.
I've got another one which I might put at this end.
Yeah.
Off the same switch, because this is very dark here.
It is very dark up there. It's fantastic. So I'll take you out the front. It's actually not a very nice day today. the temperature has plummeted, and but it's really grey, as you can see. But yeah, amazing. Well done, my darling.
I'm coming in a minute.
Okay, nearly beer time. So, unfortunately, I didn't do any recording of the ceiling being done. But as you can see, we've plasterboarded, or had plasterboarded, and plastered the ceiling. We made the decision to hide most of the beams. It was just easier to do it, I think. And I'm glad we did, actually, because it's made it look sort of cleaner somehow and less muddled. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. A really great guy, Justin, came to do it. And yeah, I mean, it's amazing. He's done a very good job. So we are now busy painting. So I painted with the edges of the plasterboard, and Steve went round doing the middle in white. And we've just started this bit in magnolia. It's, you can't really see in this light. It's gone very dark outside. We've just had a massive storm. So the Great Wall of Harris we're going to do tomorrow. And Lisa is actually coming back tomorrow just to fill in these few gaps around the bottom of the plasterboard where things started to fall, the walls started to sort of fall away. So she's going to come and do that for us, which is brilliant. So yeah, it's going to be great. And I'm sort of half deciding whether I want to do some sort of mural on this wall. I won't say too much about it yet, just in case I change my mind. But I've got some ideas, and I think, I'll put them to you and see what you think. But yeah, so again, the whole room is back to being a building site, but not for too long this time, hopefully. So out here on the mezzanine, which is very dark, I'm going to put the light on. Everything is back on the mezzanine. So he is going to come and do here. So obviously that above us is what the ceiling was like in the bedroom, as I'm sure you can remember. I think I've probably put a bit earlier on. But anyway, so yeah, everything's just stuffed on here for the time being. But yeah, things are coming along. So after a while, Lisa came back and finished off the walls. They look absolutely incredible, and we are so grateful to her. The Great Wall of Harris is now beautifully magnolia and ready for decoration. As a huge Tolkien fan, I was toying with the idea of painting the map of Middle-earth on it, but have since changed my mind. I may paint it on the smaller wall. The floors are now ready for sanding. There is rather a lot of it, and I am so desperate to move back into this room, I am being a bit impatient, which is not like me at all. The ceiling looks wonderful, and I am so glad we decided to cover the smaller beams. It really makes the room so much lighter. We decided that we would stain the floor and tried out a small patch in front of the bathroom. We both agreed it would be fab. But before we carry on, let's have a little recap. So I'm sure you remember that the only way upstairs was through this gap in the barn. We built a staircase and utilised a door from the long drop loo in the garden. The main room upstairs was dirt floor and full of junk. It's hard to remember now. The roof was visible and the walls a dull grey, covered in dust. The mezzanine had no floor and again was full of rubbish. The little window was just a hole. We then started to build a workshop for Steve. Yes, the first workshop. We then began to clear the main room to see what we had to play with. It was vast. And oh my goodness, do you remember that the flooring had to come out via the kitchen? I don't think I will ever forget that. We then started floorboarding upstairs, and very, very slowly but surely a room began to emerge. Construction of the bathroom began. The Great Wall of Harris emerged. All of this is on a previous vlog, so why not go back and have a reminder? I must admit that watching all of this back has brought a tear to my eye. I can't believe quite what we've achieved. So, floors polished, ceilings done, rugs down, it was time to recreate the room. So, after all that work, here is finally the finished product.